Okay, guys, welcome back. Monday morning stock market analysis. I put out a poll this weekend and just tried to figure out what people are really interested in when it comes to my channel. And it seems like the majority of people are interested in the general stock market analysis, although, and also trade ideas. So I'm going to continue to kind of focus on those concepts so that I'm able to give you guys what you're looking for. Let's get into the market and the charts, and you know the drill. So here is the S&P 500, and here's the big picture stuff that I want to put out. All right, so here's the pattern we've been trading against on the short side, and I put out a video the other day where I said that, it looks like this is going to want to gap fill. So here's how I traded it. This is just active trading stuff, but you don't have to trade it this way. I covered my short the other day, and then this ramped, and then I was looking at probably getting back short somewhere into the pop of this candle. That's what it looked like it wanted to do. The market was showing strength, looked like it wanted to run up into this cluster right up in here. And this is the pattern that we're trading, which is the island top reversal. It's an island cluster top reversal pattern. And when I saw this pattern way back here, when we gapped down, I told everyone, go back and watch the video on June 11th if you want to see this. And actually, I'll put a link. I'll try to put a link in this video so you guys can go back and watch this, just so you can understand the bigger picture pattern and what's at play here. But I'll recap it here. So island cluster tops, and when you get these, what you do is you can short when you get the gap down, which creates the island. And what I said, what they often will do is you're going to get kind of two things. Typically, you'll either just head down, start to work your way lower, and this will just prove to be the reversal pattern. Or another way they'll do it is to shake out the shorts, is they'll run it back up into the cluster. And that they should not exceed the top of the cluster, which I have marked out. Yes, you do have this candle right here. So this 323.33 could be the top, but we have more reactions right here at this 322. It's about 322.20, 322.40, somewhere right in there, feels more like a top. And sometimes what they'll do is run it up into that cluster, and that's a stop rate essentially. That's gonna fire off shorts who set their stop. A lot of shorts will set their stop right here at the gap fill or just slightly above. So they'll run it up into the cluster and chop it around a little bit, and that's firing off the stops. Now what that does is allow institutions or anybody who wants to be short to take the liquidity that's being created when the stops are being fired off and buy up those shares or short those shares, I guess, and giving them a good clean entry on a short trade. So that might be what happened, because they never had that opportunity to have a good entry when you create the island, because it just gaps down and then just sells off. So if they want to be short when they see this reversal pattern, the best place to be short would be when everyone's firing off their shares here and up in this area. So that could be what's happening. Here's what we're getting. Zooming in, this is exactly what they did. They gapped it up, ran it up close to the top, kind of spiked it a little bit, but you can see they haven't had a close, an hourly close above that 322.20 or 40. They've just spiked it a little bit. Spike here, here, a bigger spike here. And then it's being followed with, a nice impulsive sell-off candle. So if the selling is going to continue, and if this is an island cluster top reversal pattern, if this is going to hold, then you shouldn't see price action going above this, pretty much above this area. It could go all the way up to this candle here. I don't favor that. I think if we get it above, if you get an hourly close above this 322.40, then there's just no reason to be short. But at this level right in here, it's a good clean objective area where you could be shorting something at a really clean area. So that's how I'm trading it. I re-shorted today. I'm short again, looking for this to sell off and really looking for this to really be the high of this rally that we've had, this entire rally. So Well, this actually would be the high, but this is close enough. So that's kind of the bigger picture when it comes to the S&P 500, and that's also a trade idea that could be playing out. I like this nice impulsive red candle here. I'd like to see it follow through. I'd like to see follow through where we sell down, probably fill the gap at least down here to 317, and ideally get that today or tomorrow. Bank earnings come out tomorrow, so that's going to be a catalyst for this week, and we'll have to continue to watch that. So let's look at the banks. And here's XLF. And I've said in the past few videos, if there's going to be some sort of a repair job in the market, they're going to do it right here in the XLF. This is the area they're going to focus on, and that's exactly what they did. Because when I was saying that, we were breaking support right here. And so we broke down, but they recovered it. So that's a false breakdown. That is bullish. Maybe earnings sets us up for a big pop-up. And that might be the catalyst that the market needs to break this bearish pattern, this island cluster top, and keep going higher. So that could happen. Just want to put that out there. Let's watch. We have to wait to see what earnings are going to do, but we're going to continue to watch that. When tech breaks, the market's going to break. That tech and really just the FANG stocks are the only thing that's, for the most part, been holding this market up. I know there's the little side hustle things going on with obviously Tesla and these tech stay-at-home tech companies that have just been popping parabolically, but those don't move the market. So yeah, that stuff's going up, but that's just kind of the sideshow. I'm talking about the general market movers, and that's FANG, and that's tech, the larger tech companies. So when those break, the market breaks. So here's Qs. We just got this little uptrend here on the hourly. Ultimately, you need to see this break and break down. I don't think it's going to break in the regular session. I think when this breaks, it's going to come in the form of a gap down, I believe, because there's just too much money that they need to. I mean, it could be a really impulsive sell-off on some catalyst, but usually when you get these moves and everybody's crowded into the trade, you got to trap that money in, and only doesn't allow everyone to just get out when they see that the market's selling off hard. So that's just a hypothesis, I suppose, but that's something to watch. So tech hasn't broke yet, still kind of holding up, and that's the one thing that you got to watch for on the SPY. Until the tech breaks, the market's not going to break. Here's Apple. You can see uptrend line right here on the daily chart, so that has to break. It's got a ways to go to get down there. Here's the hourly, and I've got it marked out pretty cleanly. Could probably adjust it slightly, but I'll just leave it right there. So Apple's got to get down there and break, and just to get down there is a good 4 or 5% down, and then it would have to break. So there's still a lot of work to be done in some of these FANG stocks if there's going to be a downside move. So far, these are just holding up, moving higher. Today, up 2%, a little bit of a reversal happening. But, if I look at the daily, you've got the doji. If that sticks, then that's a shooting star doji. And then you look for confirmation sell-off. But that might just bring us right down to support, right down here. So, again, you'll have to watch that. And until that breaks, it's just not going to be big weakness in the market. Maybe this is Microsoft's trend line. It's not the cleanest line to make, but just recently we've got this, and this is just short-term stuff, but you've got this uptrend line. Looks like we just broke it and back-tested, and it's rolling over and failing. So that's another thing to watch. Microsoft's down. When Microsoft and Apple start moving down, the market's not going to hold up. So possible reversal doji. Wait for the hourly or the daily close to confirm that, because this is a daily chart. In Apple and Microsoft, looking weak. Let's look at the daily here. So we have to just continue to watch these to see what's happening. Tesla, I couldn't resist this one. I shorted this today. It was so people have been asking me to do some analysis on this. Look, the thing is, there's no way I would touch this to the long side. I just would not do it. For me, that's chasing. I don't chase momentum moves that are just moving higher. Once the train leaves the station, and if I'm not on that train, I move on and look for a different opportunity. Tesla just has gone parabolic, and it's just gone absolutely crazy. So For me, what I look for is when the momentum fades. When do we lose momentum and we get the kind of the parabolic move to the downside? That's really what I'm more interested in when I see stocks going just vertical. I'm looking for when does that fade. But the thing is that there's been no signals that this is going to fade. There's been no dojis or reversal candles or anything. But what I saw today was we popped up and we started to sell off and get weak, and it looked like we were going to do a gap fill, which was down here at this 10 or 1550 basically. And so I took the trade short to gap fill, and that's what all I did. And we gap filled, I covered the short, and that was about it. And here's my profit on that one. I only had 4 shares, I traded it kind of 32 shares here because I was kind of in and out a little bit trying to get that perfect position. But once I saw that it was moving and going to move down, just rode that down to gap fill. So 4 shares, that was about $6,000, $7,000 worth of capital. Pretty good return, $500 on that. Yeah, and so for me, now I don't see anything really tradable in Tesla for the short term. I think that this could easily continue to go higher. I just saw a gap fill opportunity for a day trade. But again, this thing's just absolutely nuts. So for me, I'm not taking it long. I would be more interested in taking it short, but at the same time, you can't just jump in short without any kind of signal when this thing's just in a, bubble kind of price action where it's just popping straight up. So you have to wait for the signal, and I don't see one yet. Okay, and just to cover the SPY again, you can see we are reversing, coming down to probably support. I guess it could stop right here and move higher, or we could slice through this 319 support, do a gap fill maybe down here to 37. It's about 318, but pretty clean reversal price action today where we gapped up, moved higher, and then reversed and sold off. So we'll see how the day closes. If I go to the daily and if it wants to close, down here, then you've got a shooting star doji and you look for confirmation. If you get another selling day tomorrow, maybe bad earnings from the banks or something, then that sets us up for kind of that final stop rating move of this island cluster top reversal pattern. So again, just to summarize it, a move and a close above the highs up here, going to the hourly chart, around 322.40, and a close up there kind of invalidates this short trade, and a reversal doji going to the daily, a reversal doji here, if it sticks, followed by continued selling the next day, that supports this island cluster top reversal pattern. And this was your stop rate, and then we should move lower. And probably will move lower pretty impulsively as well. So look for price action to be, look for blood in the streets, look for panic. And that will give you a sign that this potentially was the topping pattern and the end of this rally. Thanks guys for watching. That's all I got for today. Catch you on the next video. Bye.